Many fondly remember the times when the British monarchy was under the wise leadership of the Queen. However, much has changed with King Charles ascending the throne. His blend of age-old traditions with elements of modernity has made a significant impression on the public. Particularly noteworthy was his recent decision, which even surprised Camilla. Let's explore what actions Charles has taken and how it will impact the future of the British royal family. We should return to the days when Charles only dreamed of the royal crown. During that time, he endeavored to find true love, and his romantic entanglements often became the talk of society. Simultaneously, he constantly faced pressure to adhere to the ideals of monarchy. An important mentor and friend to Charles was his great-uncle, Lord Mountbatten, who, with his wisdom, always guided him. Later in Charles's life, Camilla appeared. Despite their complicated relationship, they managed to overcome all obstacles together thanks to their perseverance. Today, they jointly lead the royal family into a new future. In his youth, Charles found himself at the center of attention from influential families. Among them were Georgina Russell, the daughter of the British ambassador to Spain, and Jane Wellesley, heir to the Duke of Wellington. His circle also included Davina Sheffield and Sarah Spencer, the sister of the legendary Princess Diana. However, it was Camilla Shand who won his heart, and she would later become his chosen companion. Lord Mountbatten played a noticeable role in Charles's relationships with women, wisely advising him to enjoy his youth and carefully select a spouse. In early 1974, Mountbatten planned to introduce Charles to his granddaughter, Amanda, who was 16 at the time. Charles liked the idea and approached her mother, Lady Brabourne, who was also his godmother. Although the proposal seemed appealing to Lady Brabourne, she decided that the time was not yet right. 4 years later, in 1980, Mountbatten organized a trip for Amanda and Charles to India, aiming to foster their connection. However, neither party was entirely sure of the potential of such a union. Prince Philip feared that Mountbatten's influence would overshadow Charles, and Amanda's father was concerned about intense media scrutiny. In August 1979, Lord Mountbatten's life was tragically cut short, a blow to Charles. Driven by his emotions, he proposed to Amanda to become his wife, but she, engulfed in grief, declined, unwilling to join the royal family. Following this event, relations between Charles and Diana began to deteriorate. At the start of their acquaintance, he did not view her as a romantic interest. In fact, he was involved with her sister, Sarah, and considered Diana a close friend. Later, during a summer barbecue in 1980, his perspective on Diana began to change. According to a royal biographer, it wasn't instant love, but Charles started to see Diana as a potential life partner. Rumors of their relationship quickly spread, and the press went wild. Aware of his position in the royal hierarchy, Charles proposed to Diana in February 1981, and on the 24th of February, they announced their engagement. Their wedding at St. Paul's Cathedral became a global event, watched by millions of spectators. A few years later, they had 2 sons, William in 1982 and Harry in 1984. However, the fairy tale was short-lived. Differences and a 13-year age gap led to problems, and within 5 years, the marriage began to crumble. In 1986, Charles rekindled his previous relationship with Camilla Parker, whom he had known even before marrying Diana. Diana also faced her own challenges in personal life. In 1992, she admitted in a video that she had fallen in love with another person back in 1985 and 86. Public speculation pointed to Manaki, a young man who worked with her and was soon reassigned after their interaction began. James Hewitt later played an important role in her life. The media often portrayed the couple in an unfavorable light, frequently noting awkwardness and tension in Charles and Diana's relationship, dubbing them the wobbly ones. Eventually, Diana openly acknowledged Charles's affair with Camilla in Andrew Morton's book Her True Story, causing a broad public reaction. By December 1992, A potentially incriminating video suggesting another affair by Diana intensified matters, and the British Prime Minister announced their legal separation in December 2012. This marked a turning point in their tumultuous relationship. After Diana's death, Charles gradually moved away from traditions, maintaining close ties with Camilla. In February 2005, they made their union official, announcing their engagement. This became a significant milestone in their relationship. According to the Royal Marriages Act of 1772, Charles needed the Queen's approval. On the 2nd of March, she gave her consent at a private meeting with a few advisors who supported her decisions. Interestingly, the Canadian government considered joining the discussion but ultimately decided not to interfere, as Charles and Camilla have no joint heirs to the throne. This event differed from typical royal weddings. Instead of a church ceremony, they opted for a civil event, marking the first such instance in British monarchy history. Some questioned the legality of the ceremony, but a spokesperson for Charles assured that such concerns were outdated. As king, Charles implemented several innovations that altered the royal family's life. A significant step was reassigning roles. Prince William and Kate were entrusted with more responsibilities and powers, seen by some as a move towards modernizing the monarchy and focusing on the younger generation. However, these changes caused discord, particularly for Camilla, the Queen Consort. Her marriage to Charles limited her influence within the royal family, and the transfer of some responsibilities to William and Kate created tensions. Camilla's role as Queen Consort prompted questions, given the new generation's dominance. She found herself in a complex position, trying to find her place in a rapidly changing royal hierarchy. Camilla's journey from the other woman, in the disagreements between Charles and Diana, to becoming Queen Consort was challenging. She faced substantial criticism and negative perceptions. Post-marriage, Camilla focused on her duties and gradually earned recognition both in the royal household and among the British public. Nevertheless, after Charles ascended the throne, she felt a certain dissatisfaction with the outcomes of her efforts to improve her image. Her journey to her current status continues as she seeks her place in this perpetually evolving environment. When Charles shifted his focus to Prince William and Catherine, Camilla found it more difficult to express her opinions and be heard within the royal family. Despite her journey from the other woman to Queen Consort, the questions and challenges she faces have not disappeared. Camilla understands that her primary role is to support Charles and contribute to the stability and prosperity of the country. The memory of Princess Diana remains vivid in the royal family, casting certain shadows over Camilla, whose controversial history is still fresh in people's minds. She faced significant criticism and negative attention, but instead of surrendering, she altered her strategy. She immersed herself in charity work and minimized her public appearances. Gradually, her public image began to improve, and she made significant efforts to earn trust both within the royal family and among the public. With Charles's accession as king, societal views on Camilla became more positive, though some skepticism and distrust remain. This new status, the role of Queen Consort for Camilla, represented a significant step accompanied by the realization of enormous responsibilities. Supporting the king, working with charitable organizations, and participating in numerous public events. For Camilla, this role has been the culmination of years of work on her image and positioning within the royal family. However, despite her training and adaptation to her new role, she has realized that it is not as simple as she imagined. The status of Queen Consort, while prestigious, also comes with numerous duties and challenges. One of the main difficulties for Camilla has been Charles's decisions on reallocating royal duties. Charles chose to focus more power and responsibility on Prince William and Kate, viewing it as logical because they represent the future of the monarchy and are more popular with the public. Charles's desire to modernize the royal family and focus on the young generation reflects his wish to keep the monarchy relevant in a rapidly changing world. Camilla finds it hard to accept this reality, especially when she feels her own efforts and achievements remain underappreciated. Despite her high title, her influence within the family is not as significant as she would like. This dynamic within the royal family highlights the fragility of power, even among its members, and the challenging path to leaving a historical mark. Camilla, like many influential women in the world, faces challenges relating to balancing the support of traditions with the introduction of innovations. Her role as Queen Consort historically involves providing support to the king rather than actively influencing affairs. The tension and limitations dictated by public opinion and the decisions of others prove emotionally exhausting for her. Nonetheless, she must find ways to cope with this situation. Camilla's concerns about her future are understandable, considering her constant work on adapting to her role alongside Charles. Any shift in leading positions within the family, special attention to the health of the older generation, and dynamic changes in public preferences cause her anxiety and make her consider future steps. This journey of finding her identity and influence within large institutions proves challenging, but Camilla continues to show resilience and patience in her effort to establish herself in royal life. Thoughts of Charles possibly becoming ill or too weak to fulfill his duties deeply worry Camilla. The notion that he might be incapacitated due to illness or, worse, die suddenly horrifies her and adds stress. This concern extends beyond the emotional loss of a close partner to the practical implications it could have on her status within the royal family. If these changes occur sooner than anticipated, and Charles is either unable to continue his work or passes away, her role as Queen Consort will undergo significant changes. When William becomes king, crucial questions will arise for Camilla. Will she retain her influence and significance, or find herself in secondary roles as William and Kate fully assume their new responsibilities? These questions inevitably exert immense pressure on her, especially after all the intense effort she has invested in self-establishment and gaining public support. Observing how William and Kate developed their roles while Charles was Prince of Wales, he saw how difficult it was for them from the start, given all the media attention they faced after their wedding. However, the couple proved to be not only popular figures but also serious, dedicated members of the royal family. William has taken on more responsibilities, showing his readiness to one day become king. As the royal family must respond to the challenges of the modern world, he ensures the transition of power is as smooth and natural as possible. This has been Charles's goal, promoting William and Kate in their official duties, preparing them for future tasks. Although he hasn't tried to completely change the structure of the royal family, he's carefully considered how it can evolve and adapt to future challenges. These strategic actions demonstrate an understanding of the long-term development necessary for successfully maintaining the monarchy in a rapidly changing world. They also highlight the importance of teamwork and collaboration among all royal family members to ensure its stability and continuity. Despite her concerns, Camilla must find balance by supporting Charles while embracing innovations aimed at the future of the royal family. Her efforts and active contributions continue to play a significant role in this transitional process. Facing these complex challenges, she understands that her place in this grand system requires both wisdom and flexibility. Only in this way can she remain an important figure within the royal family, contributing to its development and adaptation to modern times.